in life, in our education system, we learn a preset model of success, and often that has to do with how large is your bank account, what type of promotions are you getting at work, the size of house you live in, do you have a beautiful marriage and 2 kids and 2 cars in a garage? But that's bullshit, because that is a preset model. What if you can create a vision of your life that's true to you? Lifebook gets that. So the first problem with education is that that preset model is primarily around finances and career. That's only 2 of the 12 Lifebook categories. And that's why even if we end up being safe financially, we end up with lousy relationships, living in lousy environments with broken health. It's why so many people are obese. It's why so many marriages fail in divorce. It's why so many people have lousy, meaningless relationships with their children. Society and education failed to really define success for us. But the worst thing that happens is that because all of the drones who are coming out of the modern education system are measuring success in the same way, they fall into this trap where you compare yourself to others. You try to keep up with the Jones. You feel bad when that other person has his business a little bit bigger than yours. Or you feel bad when someone else gets a promotion. I know, because I've been there. I used to compare myself to others. But as I created this Lifebook, I realized that my life is like a painting, and you can turn your own life into a masterpiece. And your masterpiece is your masterpiece. You're original in your own way. Your only competition is with slowly climbing up the ladder towards the beautiful visions that you create in your Lifebook. That competition is with yourself. And that's one of the most beautiful things that Lifebook does for you. It gets you out of that damn comparison matrix. It gets you out of that bullshit success model that a broken education system installs in us and brainwashes us to believe actually means something. But the most interesting thing is this. As you start writing down your visions across these 12 categories, a really weird thing happens. And I can't explain it, but very often your life evolves in such a way for these visions to come true in the most unexpected sense. Some might call it destiny, synchronicities, coincidences. I don't know what it is, but here's what happened to me. As I was creating my Lifebook, and through John's guidance, I was coming up with my vision for friendships, and my vision for adventure, and my vision for environments. I wrote down things about how I wanted to travel around the world. I wanted to stay in luxury hotels. I wanted to have my kids and my family with me. I wanted to have amazing friends that I could travel and have adventures with. I wanted to be in situations where I could grow and learn from the world's greatest teachers. And a weird thing happened within 1 year of Lifebook. I ended up, through a pure, intuitive idea, start a festival. It was called A-Fest. Okay, check this out. This is how eerie this is. This is something I wrote down in Lifebook in 2010, before the very first A-Fest that I created. Now, when I wrote this down, I had no idea how I was going to attain this. I will visit 100 countries around the world. A-Fest, of course, gets me to travel every 6 months to a different country. I will have access to the most influential and fascinating people in the world. These people now come to me at A-Fest. I will be one of the world's top speakers. I was barely speaking back then. And now with A-Fest, I have my own stage. I will own 5-star resorts, office by the beach, where work gets done. I don't own a resort, but I get to work from one. This, I go on amazing adventure trips with brilliant people at least once a year. Now with A-Fest, this automatically happens twice a year. And I could go on and on and on. When I created this, there was no way I knew how these were going to manifest. Look, I even wrote partying in the Mediterranean, the Caribbean, and more. And of course, with A-Fest, our team organizes some of the most elaborate, beautiful parties in the Caribbean and the Mediterranean. And all of this just emerged into my life. I had no idea where they were going to come from as I created Lifebook. I never set a goal as a teenager or a kid to start a festival, a personal growth festival. It just came to me. And when I explained it to my friends in business, they told me it was the dumbest idea they ever heard. But A-Fest today, 6 years later, has become a phenomenon. It's allowed me to create a life where all of those crazy things I put down in my Lifebook and I had no idea how to get there, I now get there frequently. I get to, through A-Fest, create festivals in beautiful locations around the world. Thousands of people apply to come and attend these events, and I get to curate a tribe of remarkable individuals who are there with me. Some of the world's greatest speakers come and speak on our stage for free because they want to be there. And I suddenly found myself living this life where the friendships were there, the travel, the adventure. I'm taking my family with me. I'm learning from all of these remarkable speakers. But AFES itself defies any business plan. It's a fully profitable business, but it never emerged as a desire to be a business. It simply emerged as this weird little eruption in life that came from me getting really specific about what I wanted and the type of life I wanted to live. I remember reading about a study that shows that you are 49% more likely to attain a goal when you write it down, right? So imagine what happens when you write down thousands of goals and you go deep into the premise, the beliefs behind them, the reason, the vision, all in your life book. Magic happens. So don't be surprised if after you create your life book, after you truly go deep and create a vision for your life in all of these 4 categories, the way you've been moving forward in life certainly shifts in a remarkable way and something beautiful emerges. And I guess that's one of the greatest gifts that Lifebook has given me so far.